Thank you very much, my dear brother, for that. Thank you very much. I have another caller on Skype. That caller, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, my leader. Good evening from here.
And good evening from here too. Your name, please, and where you're calling us from, if you may.
Yeah, my leader, my name is Obi-Man Chibike. I'm calling you from the state of Israel.
Israel, thank you very much. The Holy Land itself. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. My leader, your broadcast reminds me of what you taught us some time ago about the word you called ozone provocateur. And this time the word come up to my reasoning.
Of course.
It's high time you remind us that word again in order to strengthen our people that are protesting in Nigeria. Because I'm seeing the hands of the ozone provocateur. They will now come to entice them and mix up with them in order to criminalize them so that the government will clamp down on them. We are seeing how the Janjaweed are mobilizing, coming to attack the protesters. Very soon now they will start breaking into shops. And the world will say that the protesters has gone berserk and they start looting shops.
Yes.
So I want you to educate us more about that.
I would.
Secondly,
yes.
I want to call. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I want to call upon the lecturers in Nigeria. I hear that the government want to rush them in order to resume the higher institutions. I want to tell them that this is the time they have to get all their demands that they have been demanding since 1999. All that their demands that ordinary councillor in a local government is earning salary, earning a living more than a professor. This is the time they have to make it right. If the government comes to them and tell them to reopen the school, they have to meet all their demands before they will reopen. Because they will come now and bribe them and tell them to reopen so that all these youths that are agitating, they know that they are students. That when they resume school now, they will put exam and test to make them leave the street. So this is their time to get whatever they are demanding right. And I want to also call upon the pastors, the religious leaders. We have not heard anything from them up till now. These are their members.
You want to spoil their business? Do you want to spoil? I read what that the Freeze wrote. Do you want to spoil? They are threatening their business, ending Nigeria and being on the streets. Now that means people will not go for Saturday night on Thursday. People will not sow seed on Friday, and you think they're happy. These are businessmen. These are the worst. They are worse than your so-called pastors. Some of them, not they are good men of God. Some of them are worse than politicians. They are worse than Sanwo-Olu of Lagos. That came out and said, hey, protest is good, it's guaranteed. Went back and hired thugs. You said something about ocean provocateur, and I will tell people how it works. That is why before you go for any protest, people must try and buy data for those who are protesting. Is very important. Charge your phone very well. Once you see them, you put them on live video to the world. If it is in Lagos, you tell them that this is Tinubu talk. This is Tinubu talk. I'm telling the world that this talk is from Sanwo-Olu. Is Tinubu's talk. Let me see how the idiot can come out to contest in 2023. Talking rubbish. That's how you disgrace them, you bring them out. And if one of them mistakenly falls into the crowd, the idiot disappears and never to be seen again. He'll be given a beating of his life. That in his next life, if they ask him to go and practice toggery, he will say no, he will not practice it. As simple as that. Is how they behave. That's what they will always do. To infiltrate. That is the only thing that Fulani understands. To try to replicate that thing you're doing. That is the reason why when any saboteur, anytime I sack somebody from IPOB, they rush to that person immediately and say, oh no, this is this. Can you try and do something so that we... Now let me give you an example. You said that the pastors have not spoken. Is that true? Is that correct?
Yes, I say.
Is that what you are? Good. Now can you ask yourself this question? Why is it that UWAZURUIKE has not spoken and Aswell has not spoken? Have you asked yourself that question? People don't know the meaning of this protest. This protest will tell you who a saboteur is. Have you seen that they have not spoken? Everybody has spoken. The Google CEO, everybody of consequence have spoken, but the inconsequential ones cannot speak. Have you? That blabber mouth, he's spitting on the screen. Has he spoken? He's a freedom fighter. Has he spoken? Has Gani Adams not spoken? Has the honor of the Kakanfo of Yoruba not spoken? I'm asking you, is there anybody who is an honest person who have not spoken out in support of the protesters? I am asking you a question. Why has UWAZURUIKE not spoken? Why has UWAZURUIKE not spoken? Why has Asari Dokubo not spoken? Because they are agents of the zoo. Somebody should translate in English for me, please. Not too bright. Somebody should translate. It is I am people shouting. They are freedom fighters. They are in this struggle. They are fighting the freedom. Now the youths are out on the streets. Now they need support. Now that money they are using to build hotel, that money they are using to build hostel in Cotonou, the people now need it on the street to feed, to sustain the campaign, to change things. Where are they? Where are they? Those that claim they are freedom fighters, where are they? BBC will go on the interview Asari Dokubo, ask him what he's saying about end the SARS campaign. Go on the interview UWAZURUIKE. They are criminals. Everybody who is anybody have spoken in support of our young people on the streets protesting. Look at those criminals being funded by Fulani Janjaweed. They convince some idiots, they convince some fools that they are fighting for freedom. I kept for 1 week now, they have not spoken. Maybe tomorrow now, after hearing my broadcast, you see the idiot talking rubbish. Now that the protest is on, why is it that they cannot speak? This is the same mass up. They want some idiots say IPOB you want to stain the impeccable image of IPOB. Do you know what IPOB is? You want to say IPOB mass up? Look at them, they cannot speak. Can they speak? Can they speak? They cannot talk because their master Fulani Janjaweed is in trouble. It's in very serious trouble. For goodness sake, thank you very much for your call. And with that, we have come to the end of our program this very way. UWAZURUIKE was busy inspecting his new hotel site. He was supervising the offloading of Dangote cement in the new hostel he's building. People are, he claims I'm a revolutionary, I'm a freedom fighter. Now that children are out on the streets, we have raised $120,000 and we are going to spend it on people who are on the streets. The same way we did during COVID-19 with our palliative, we shall do it on the streets. We are sending support, relief. Tomorrow morning, relief is going to Benin City to sustain them. Stupid idiot. Busy inspecting hotel. This one is busy building school, asking for amnesty, collecting money, building hostels, and the idiots, stupid fools refer to these vagabonds as freedom fighters. Useless people everywhere. We are whiter than white and whiter than snow. With $120,000, I can build a hotel if I want. But it is money contributed to save the people, to rescue Biafra, and that is where it's going to be spent. We are bringing the program to an end. In the morning tomorrow we reconvene 7 a.m. GMT. Go and set your alarm clock. This education, this enlightenment continues for the very first time. And now the girl was not up to 18 years of age. She said, my next birthday is my 18th birthday. Thank you very much for what you have done, for what you're doing. You have opened our eyes. I have the text message here and I will save it. I don't usually save text message, but I'll save this very one. Another one called and sent a message and said, I am trying to call you so I can advise my Hausa people. Because they know we speak the truth. They know we do not hate anybody. I cannot hate anybody. I was not born to hate anybody. What I despise are people that speak from both sides of the mouth. People who are not consistent. People who are cowardly. People who are deceptive. I cannot stand them. And that is why I hate Fulani Janjaweed. Tomorrow morning we'll continue the propagation of this very gospel. I thank you all for listening tonight, for your immense contributions. I thank our mothers in the USA, our liaison officers. As I'm thanking the mothers, I'm thanking their husbands as well for this very amazing work. Because they know that every dime you contribute to IPOB goes to that same thing you contributed it for. They understand that. That is why we are strong. We are building our own weapons. I don't depend on any idiot from anywhere. Where is the money? Like Mojeku, where is the money that Ojuku gave you to go and buy weapons? There was a turbulence on the sea, and the canoe capsized, and everything fell off. The zoo must fall. It's not even a promise. It is a testament. It must fill the water. The zoo is gone already anyway. Thank you very much for listening. I'll be back here again in the morning. With all the love in my heart, genuinely, I pray for those brave youths out there. It doesn't matter where they come from. If you're out on the street agitating for a better life, you have my love and you have my respect. And I give it to you all this very evening. We are going to do the best we can to support you. We are going to do the best we can to support you. This is IPOB, the largest mass movement on the face of this very earth. We are formidable. We are unstoppable. Remain blessed until tomorrow morning. From me, from here is good evening.